Hi, everybody. You see, everything's getting canceled, right? Everything is getting canceled, but not Moohead Radio. And let me explain. The history of the program is 16 years in running, and we just don't take time off because there's nothing to talk about. These are the days that I relish. The days where there is nothing, literally nothing, and there will be weeks and perhaps months of nothingness to fill. But look at my loyal panel of Brian and Rick. Tony the Calf joins in, and the return of Rocks.
I figure I'd better come back, or people would think I succumbed to the coronavirus.
She's out of quarantine.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, they are housing them in her state, so
Yeah, I mean,
there's
it's
that.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a mad, 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 mad world. However, I always, as a cow, have a unique take on things that I want to share with my viewers because I think it's important to do that. I find a lot of inconsistencies, and I'll give you a huge example. All right, everybody knows that I'm not in step with NFL ownership. Okay, everybody knows that it's not even a matter of supporting Colin Kaepernick per se. It's more that I don't think that the league is doing nearly enough to protect players, and they're profiting from players, and the players drop dead early in life. That the risk, in essence, factors involved in playing football is all very one-sided on the side of the players, and there's just very little risk involved because guys like Jimmy Haslam, or before him, all of the owners of the Cleveland Browns, they made a hell of a lot of money while the team just kept on losing. I mean, the risk factor is Leroy Horde being in early, dementia. And, the owner, Art Modell is dead, which is not a bad thing. But, it's a one-sided risk. And we're in the middle of this CBA thing in professional football in the NFL. And they're fighting for 17, and some owners holding out wanting 18 games, okay? That's, where we kind of freeze the conversation is it going to be 17? Is it going to be 18? And how much sooner will players lose their lives because of it? Yet, when it comes to the coronavirus, 32 rich white men cancel the NFL owners' meetings because they're willing to take no risk whatsoever. Their entire position in the CBA is we're going to make these guys play more games and incur brain damage sooner. They're going to make money off other people's misfortune, but when what the fuck? They're not willing to even take a risk getting into the room with 31 other fucking people. They're not even willing to take a risk to get on a plane and fly now because they're a bunch of fucking pussies. That's why. God almighty. How can this be? And I'm not suggesting that people go out and have group meetings. I don't think that's a good idea right now. But at the same time, I see that as a real kind of a conflict of interest. You're making money off people dying young, 57 years of age, average lifespan. Welcome to the NFL. And here are these old Robert Kraft, jerk me off, miling kinds of guys who are unwilling to even jeopardize their old, white, wrinkly asses. Yet they're asking players to do the very same thing. It's remarkable to me. So when I read that they had shut down the NFL owners meeting, it was like, well, that fucking figures, No real surprise here who the cowards are in this whole thing. But if you're following sports still, everything.
There ain't none.
There ain't none is right. And this is what, again,
Fuck, even NASCAR's shut down, and that's the most Republican sport there is.
And those people, and if they're doing it, they're the dumbest of all. No, I'm sorry. It's not nice. It was a Freddie Kitchens thing, you know. I'm sure Freddie was really into NASCAR. I'll say this. I think it's healthy that all sports go away for a while. I think people start taking this shit way, 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 way too seriously. And there are issues with the cancellation of sporting events. I mean, it's kind of funny. Hey, Don, how you doing? My goodness. I could tell you about Don Hurley. Don Hurley, what a friend. It's nice to see him in here.
Dandy Don Hurley?
Don was my program director in Binghamton, New York. I love Don. Jacko was his air name. God, good guy. Nice seeing your face on there. We're all getting old together, aren't we, Jacko? Oh, my God. Look at me. Look at me. I'm gray hair. It's terrible. Yeah. So now Augusta National says that they're postponing the Masters. They're going to let the women play.
Well, they're not allowed to be members anyway, so what the hell's the difference?
It doesn't matter. It's like, let them get coronavirus. They're women, you know? It's like, doesn't matter. No. And Jack Nicklaus is bemoaning the fact, you know? It's like, I'm afraid that it's going to be canceled altogether. That was Jack Nicklaus's quote. And it's like, you know, at your age, Jack, you might be canceled permanently like Arnie. You know? It's like, he wants
that's why he wants to see one more.
Yeah, he gets the, you know.
He doesn't know if he's going to see 2021.
Is he going to, seriously, is he going to be like the only guy swinging the club on the initial first, you know, how they do the first tee?
It'll probably be him, and they'll bring Gary Player over, I guess.
Gary Player, yeah.
Maybe Trevino.
Well, they'll probably have his great-grandchild helping him with the swing.
Yeah, he can caddy for him at the par 3 tournament the day before the Masters starts.
I don't think you're going to see Payne Stewart anytime soon.
No.
Wait, my
That's
impression
called
of Payne Stewart.
Yeah, my impression of Payne Stewart.
Wait. Go ahead. You do the video, Tony. Okay.
Hold on, let me get my video on here.
All right, yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
We'll do Payne Stewart. I mean, impersonations galore here on Moohead Radio.
What the hell?
If I appear happy with the fact that there are no sports, it's probably because I am.
All
There
right.
we go. Okay, here we go.
Let me
Payne Stewart.
kick the feet up. Make it more realistic. Thank you.
Okay. Who in the hell's flying this plane? Nobody should ever have to tell anybody in his family, hey, just decompress, would you? It's just not.
Just wanted to come in and say good luck. We're all counting on you.
Well, they did take the term chill out just a little extreme.
Oh, my God.
Nicholas is 80. I guess he's afraid he ain't going to see 81. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably won't see 2021 come around. So, you know,
well, no,
I don't blame him for being upset.
I want to put John Daly up there because I think he's probably
he'll live forever.
John
Just to see
Daly.
him wear those pants on the first tee, that'd be a hoot as is. Yeah.
God, those pants, you know, they keep getting bigger
and setting
and
the
bigger.
course on fire, flicking his cigarettes all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, so you've got Augusta National, the Masters saying no. You've got Major League Baseball saying we're, delaying the start of the league 2 weeks. What is that? I mean, I'm trying to figure this one out. Maybe the panel has a better idea than I do, but they are eliminating the games, the exhibition games. They're eliminating everything, and they're saying we're going to start the season 2 weeks later. Well, who's going to want to see baseball played by people who are completely out of practice?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of a value is that for the fans?
And
then they're going to get coronavirus anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
You're describing the Indians anyway.
Exactly.
So what difference does it make if they
In
have
breaking
practice
news,
or no
Indians
practice?
lost to the postponement 7-4 in 4 innings.
I mean, it's like, it's good news.
So
for
probably
people
take the loss.
good
This
news
just
for
in,
Lindor had a home
Clevenger's arm just fell off.
no, it's good news for Bobby
He's on
Bradley.
the 21-day DL.
Bobby Bradley will look as inept as the rest of them now, and the whole thing is. But I don't understand how that's going to work. It's like, let's just put a bunch of people out on the field who are not prepared to play and call it Major League Baseball. Talking about calling something, the XFL cancels its regular season games.
And issued a memorandum that all of their players can seek NFL employment.
Oh. And
So-
That sounds
supposedly
like
they're
There's
a
that.
fold. Big fold. The big fold.
Yeah.
And
Both
when
fans
is-
express outrage.
when is Vince McMahon going to learn?
Well,
Just-
did you see that he's still holding WrestleMania at
Yeah, he
Raymond
wants to make
James
the money
Stadium?
back that he's lost on the XFL. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's coming to Tampa. That means
after the governor of Florida said no gatherings over 250 people? Vince McMahon is still going to
Now,
have
see, I want you to
WrestleMania.
understand. There's this, okay, and then there's the full, okay. You notice that? There's a
When you look
difference.
up in the ring, you think, "Is that the Undertaker?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the Undertaker. Oh,
Everybody's going to be Paul Bearer if the rate this is going. I mean, what the hell do you want to go to WrestleMania for? And it's hi Cindy, how you doing? Yeah. So the XFL, the league that never really was gone. It's yeah, I know it's. And now I'm looking at some other things that I was not aware of, and you guys may not be aware of it either. What this means for athletes themselves. Get this. The NBA, in its 7-year collective bargaining agreement that was struck in 2016, states that the league can reduce every player's salary by 1.08% for every canceled game. That means potentially, if the Lakers-Rockets game that was originally scheduled for this past Thursday is it ruled a cancellation, not just a postponement, LeBron James would give up $404,286. You see, now that may not mean much to LeBron James. He'll just make it back on his Instagram account. However, you can imagine, what it means to the players who really need that job. But I mean, there is a lot that these cancellations will do to players and will affect players a whole lot more than owners, unless the owners are heavily invested in the stock market. It's an unfortunate situation. It's not just the NBA either. Think if you were trying to make an NFL team, and the NFL just announced that they are terminating the 30-day visits. They're terminating all of the in-presence things where players can make an impression on improving their draft stock. Now, the NFL is not moving the draft. They're not postponing the draft. They're not suspending the draft. But what they're doing is they're not sending people out to see people at the, before the draft. How do you improve if you're not already one of the top names? If you're on the bubble to even make the league, how are you going to make an impression on somebody?
I believe that they're going to do like video calls or Skypes for the individual players that they wanted to talk to
But
with the agents.
What in the hell is this, Daddy Warbucks? What the fuck's going on here? What are you doing? Your long green impression from Bonanza?
Talking to me?
Yeah, you're talking to me.
Nobody else is counting their goddamn
I'm
money.
just counting money here.
yeah. Yeah, I got 20. It says this show goes past 7.
God, I mean, what, you just
I
like,
forgot my camera was on.
I'm the resident Jew on this program. What the hell? I own a fucking bank and I'm not counting money on the air. Come on.
Okay, well, Tony's ready. We're ready to play Monopoly now.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there, Tony.
Boy,
I'm just sitting there looking at this.
keeps rolling in his head. Bet on black. Bet on black.
Got to bring some sort of entertainment to the show because God knows the rest of the world isn't.
We can't find entertainment. We'll make it up, by God.
Zachary,
you don't know how to-
well, that's going to be the memorable moment from the show. The day Tony pulled out his wad and started playing with it.
Oh, God.
Tony the Bank.
But I mean, it really
Back
does.
to the cats for you.
No, it really does affect players, and I know that it affects owners as well. But guys who are really trying to get in the back door of the NFL draft in the lower rounds, this could be the difference between somebody getting drafted and not getting drafted, and that's a difficult kind of thing. So. There's a lot more, and then the Boston Marathon is postponed until September 14th. I mean, what a pisser, How far do they run, Rick? It's at 26
point something, 26.2 or something like that.
26.2, I think, miles. And you're peaking at the right moment.
Give or take, explosions like they've had in the past where something.
Yeah, we're getting bombarded with news. The Boston Marathon.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, what next? I mean, this is crazy. At Josh,
Tony Stacks. There you go.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, but I mean, my phone is. Every fucking 15 minutes. Like, what canceled now?
I turned
the
mine on
Pogo Stick League of Eastern Croatia has canceled. It's I fucking hate it. I mean, everything is just
Yeah, Fox Sports put on an alert. World Darts is. I'm like, who the fuck cares?
I mean, what do you do if you're ESPN right now? Honest to God.
Well, this afternoon they had First Take again with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. So it's First Take now and for all the time.
According to my schedule, tomorrow is 16 hours of Sports Center.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine. It will be like reruns of the Arm Wrestling Championships from Petaluma.
Cornhole tournaments will now be held in parking lots with no fans.
And, it is going to. And where in the hell are you, Jake? You're supposed to be on camera.
Curling, the new ratings beast.
Hey, Jake. Jake
Sweeping madly.
I mean, this whole thing is really
Sweeping
taken
away
on
the competition.
Yes. Yeah.
taken on a life of its own. And, I had a couple of suggestions I wanted to make. And I want everybody to understand that there is nothing really funny about the virus that's going around. And I want to make sure that people understand that I don't make fun of, people who are sick, elderly, and people who are fighting for their lives. But I do believe there's a bright side to the coronavirus, and that is it might be the easiest way that we could select our next president. If we infected Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, and Joe Biden all with COVID-19, and the survivor, that would declare the final runoff, okay? If only one survives, that's the president,
And we'd somehow end up with Hillary Clinton.
If two survive, then that's your presidential race, your election. If all three survive, then we find marksmen to shoot them all dead and start over. It's Why do we want old, ready to die men in charge of this country? What is it that has happened? What is controlling this so that these are the people that we have to choose from? Donald Trump will not get tested. And he's shaking everyone's hand. Now, do I think he's a carrier? No. I don't think he's smart enough to be a mail carrier. But no, I don't understand the slow reaction of our country. Do you know that they had a total number of tests that were given in America so far, and it was an incredibly low number, like 12,000 or 14,000, and South Korea had given 230,000 tests for.
Yeah, there's an article right now on, I think it's The Athletic. Sacramento Silver wants to get because that ref had the coronavirus. Silver wants to get the Kings and the Pelicans all tested, but the city of Sacramento can only provide 20 tests per day in a city with a 1.5 million populace.
You know,
crazy.
I got a write-in candidate, and that's Representative Katie Porter, who backed down a CDC representative to break down and say that they'll drop the expense of people getting tested. Can you believe that? They're going to charge you. These fucking assholes, are defending, at the CDC. Their job is to try to stop and eliminate this disease. This isn't Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump and Congress. This is the fucking CDC, who's supposed to be their only reason. It's the Center for Disease Control. That's what they do. And Katie Porter's grilling the guy, and he's making excuses. Well, we're going to do the best we can. Thoughts and prayers, and all that horseshit. And she backed him down and got him to say, no, we're not. If you have the symptoms of this virus, you're going to get tested, and it's not going to cost you anything. This is what it takes, is to stop the greed. And the reason and it's not that South Korea is an enlightened culture compared to the United States. They have a much firmer grip, I think, over people. And that may not be good in one respect, but their infrastructure is infinitely better. And the reason it's way better than our country's infrastructure is because nobody reinvests money anymore in our economy. The companies take, and they give nothing back at all. So our infrastructure sucks. And so, yeah, this is what we run into. The CDC is averaging giving 77 tests a day. That's for everybody in the country. What kind of a fucking piece of shit is this? You want to wonder why this thing might be spreading? Well, that might be a really good explanation. Here's Jake. I didn't see you lurking down there, my friend.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jake?
I'm all right. Quarantined from work, but I'm all right.
Yeah. I mean, I got a notice from my doctor today, and guess what he told me? Oh, I'm sorry.
He said, "Girl, you
Run
better
right out
tell
there and
them
get a
I
flu
know
shot that
better
does no
what you
fucking
do."
good.
But he's a fool.
Are you
Wait.
still going to Vegas, Jake? Or
No, there's no tournament, so if there was a tournament still, I would go, though.
did your hotel tell you to fuck off, or did they give you a refund? Mine told me
partial
to
refund.
basically fuck up.
Partial
Thanks
refund.
for the donation.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, get this. We have a person who I think is another one of these spammers. Should we let him on the air?
Yes.
Okay, what the hell? Here he is. Oh, the studio's limited to 6 people. No, don't
I'll drop
leave.
out.
Oh, no, don't. Not a regular. Not for a guy who's going to shout an obscenity on
Well, I
the
mean,
air.
I could just hop right back.
Well, you know something? Why don't you, Russian Vids, come into our chat room and tell everybody what you want to talk about, specifically on the air, in detail. Do a little
Gang
homework.
bang.
Yeah. We'll see what Mr. Russian Vids comes up.
I mean, I can talk about caviar for an hour. We might be talking about caviar for an hour here in a couple weeks. So.
There'll be
Couple weeks. That could be Monday.
Russian with no video. Yeah. So of course he's not even in the chat room. You see, he can't even hear that I'm addressing him.
I am constantly playing this video like Sturgeon. I don't know.
So,
Natasha,
Number one hit.
Natasha, get me a beer.
okay.
Feel the need for suds.
Yeah. So
What is fair enough? For your efforts, you get the Iron Cross. But if I accept the Iron Cross, we will sink. Then you will be shot.
now March Madness being canceled, I mean that's got to be, Tom Izzo. I saw a quote. This is the worst day of his life.
Wow, you must have a good life.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude, get a grip, would you? I mean, it's like, no, I want the players to fucking die. I want to play the game. I'm an old, selfish man, and I want it. I want it.
Zabby and Roy Williams from North Carolina say, "Oh, thank you, God. Let's get this season over with. I don't want to see it anymore."
And a lot of those players who are on the good teams are like, so I don't have to risk injury in this dumb tournament? I can get ready for the NBA now? Nice.
Yeah, what NBA? I mean,
whenever they come back.
Yeah, this is really uncharted, waters, and again, every we come up twice a week to do the program, and it's like, how bad is it? In my neck of the woods, I was saying the doctor. Guess what he told? Oh, I'm not going back to that again. What he said is, boy, you better have fun no matter what you do. I mean, that's what he said. Hit the high note, Rocks.
'Cause nothing compares to you.
Close. It was kind of like a limbo game. We didn't quite, we got a little under that, but yeah. So no, and they have said we're not doing face-to-face appointments with people who just walk into the office. I mean, if you basically what it said was, if you have the symptoms, you've got to go to the hospital. Nothing a general practitioner is going to do for you. You got to go to the hospital. And if you just want to see your doctor face to face, just to breathe on him and contaminate him, then it's not going to work either. And they said they're doing everything via video conferencing. And it was funny. I was talking to my brother on the phone, and he works with traders on Wall Street, and he's no longer going into the city. He is doing all of his coaching that he does for these folks, and he's doing it through Zoom, which is the same methodology that we would sometimes utilize to broadcast this program. I mean, this has got to be an absolute boon to the teleconferencing business, because everything is, Now, my doctor, unfortunately, said, download the Skype app. And I'm just thinking to myself, so this is what my appointment would sound like.
And error occurred. Please try again later.
Exactly. I mean, like, I want to use fucking Skype with my life on the line. I mean, it's like, no, thank you.
Good thing it wasn't prostate.
So you'll be ordering a life alert in the next 5 days.
And they said if you need blood work, they will do that as long as you don't have symptoms. But the problem with that is, if you just caught it, you might not have symptoms yet and bring it in there. So, I mean, so doctors now are limiting exposure. And down here in Florida, I'll do my Florida guy. Oh my God, I think I got it. I think I got it. Hi, I sound like Bernie Sanders. I got the virus. I've got the virus. Shake.
We better go eat at 3.
Could you see the Petaluma arm wrestling contest? You know. Oh, they just contracted the virus by touching a sweaty arm. Well, get that in slow motion.
Could you imagine?
So
the
doctors
debate
are now. I'm sorry.
Skype. Can you imagine the debate in Skype now? If they had to do all the debates over Skype instead of in person.
Oof.
Well, I mean, who wants to see this next debate? I mean, between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. I mean, you know what I want to do? I want to have 3.
It's going to be like a sit-down town hall.
Yeah.
It's not even an actual debate.
Which is too bad. I want to set up a third little lectern, you know, and have just a window fan to blow them both over. And that was these guys.
Or at least to fling shit at. Well, I guess the shit's really hit the fan now.
I mean, can you imagine Donald Trump right now? It's like, my God, I saw Hillary run out of gas last time. That's nothing compared to these geezers.
They
Damn.
couldn't even make it to the starting line.
I know, it's like iron lung time, you know? And do you notice that as Bernie gets older, his shoulders get higher? I don't know if you've been noticing this, but like Bernie used to be, you know, but now he's like...
No,
Maybe-
that's Joe.
Maybe his shields came in. You know?
I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like, you know, he's lost about 2 inches in height, and it's all... I don't know what happened to me.
All in his neck.
And somehow it's not reassuring. Why are young voters supporting him? It's a real mystery to me. And it's, you know, and he's up there
No,
like
it's not.
this.
No, it's not. It's free
Yeah, it
shit.
is.
I'll give you free shit for life. Okay.
That's true. I mean, he is pandering, and that's all he talks about is, you know, I got the young vote. I got the... Well, it's like, what young vote? I mean, I don't remember that as being that significant a number. But, you know, I told you 3 years, 4 years, I forget how many years ago it was, we're gonna win. Damn it! Damn it! Please make it stop, dear God. This is what I'm going to be watching on television. It's like the anesthetized masses, you know. I have an anesthetized mass right here in the side of my neck. It's like, okay. So, by the way, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson say they're going through this day by day. And then they proceeded to, you know, go into the Godspell musical. And Orlando Bloom now has quarantined himself. And I thought Orlando Bloom was already in quarantine for the last 10 years. Shows what I know. But it's, yeah,
He's
you're going to
probably
hear
owned
more.
a city block for the last 10 years. I think he's pretty much quarantined in his own right.
And
And now
then
he has
get-
many neighbors.
And get this whole thing with Donovan Mitchell now going off on Rudy Gobert, because it seems that Gobert was touching everybody in the fucking locker room, making a big joke of the coronavirus when he actually had it.
Did you see the video where he touched all the microphones?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure he probably didn't know, but I mean, arrest the motherfucker. I mean, that's... come on. You can't be doing
He later
that.
apologized, and
Of course, everybody
You know,
does. Everybody
I don't know.
apologizes after they fuck up.
I don't know how you would punish him. I mean, God, he's already in Utah.
That's true. I mean,
And he's
can
already
you
got the
imagine-
virus.
What the hell? I mean, what are you going to do? Threaten him with Sacramento?
Can you imagine being 7'4", foreign, and being in Utah?
You might stand out a little.
Just a little. I mean,
Hey,
and
baby, you
it's-
want to go back to the crib? No, I can't. I gotta go pray to Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be like the only guy I ever knew who fit into Utah was Kyle Korver. It's like Kyle Korver was just zeroed right into Utah, you know. So with everything else being canceled, now a couple of basketball players, Giannis being one, Kevin Love being another, donating $100,000 for the arena workers in the NBA who are going to be, not paid. They've lost their jobs because, there are a bunch of people involved. There are the people who sweep the place clean from all the popcorn and stuff. Then there's the ones who actually get down on their hands and knees with the cum rags, for the people in the cheaper seats, who are doing something different besides watching the basketball game.
I think, isn't Mark Cuban paying the arena staff too?
Yes, he was the first one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dan Gilbert's completely quiet.
No, I think he was the second one that said he was going to
help
out the staff.
Thanks, Jake. Let me see what I can do here. It's not going to happen.
Well, I thought I saw the other day regarding the NBA suspension that 29 of the 30 teams, when polled by the commissioner, supported suspending the season. And guess who the one team that didn't?
The Lakers.
The fucking Knicks wanted to play the games in front of no people. Fucking
they already do
anyway.
Spike Lee left a long time ago.
Spike Lee, so they
he's
clearly
not
don't
coming
want
back
fans.
this year.
When you throw Spike Lee out of the arena, who's only been the guy that supported you all this time, I feel like they don't want fans anyways in their games.
How about a Bernie Sanders porn movie? Okay.
Oh God.
Wait a minute. wait a minute.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Exactly. Good. I like that. I told you 3 years, or was it 4? I forget how many years ago. I am gonna come. Yeah. Make it, please.
Two guys come by and try to bury him.
Oh, now somebody's mentioning a fight. Now, that's interesting. Nassim Hamed. I had forgotten all about Nassim Hamed. What a hype job he was, Krembley. What an absolute hype. And what was really funny about Nassim Hamed is that they really hyped him. They were trying to hype him as the next macho Camacho guy, and he had no punch, and he ended up getting knocked stiff by Barrera. And he instantly gained 60 pounds and became unrecognizable. The guy was like a 122 or 128 pound fighters, and he ended up bloating to over 180 pounds and became unrecognizable.
Kind of like Sean Kemp. Went from like 220 to 360.
From Hamed to Ham Hock, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it was weird. And when he lost, it was so terrible because he had, he was this real awkward fighter who had no discernible real skill except that he was Arabic and British. The deal, and he was like this hyper personality kind of guy, and they thought that they could sell him, and they put him in the ring with the baby-faced assassin, but Barrera just fucking killed him. Barrera was a really good fighter. Yeah, that's
British and Arabic. Wow.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah.
Bloody sandstorm.
It was really weird, it's like, I'm going to say to you that all is going to, just blow all you to smithereens. It's like, it was a weird kind of a combination.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like if Robin Leach were an extremist, I'm invoking the imams right now. It'd be like stupid. All right. So through all of this, let's see how many things we can name that have been canceled. All right. We'll go around the panel. We'll start with Jake. What's been canceled in the world of sports?
Well, the tournament for me, obviously.
Okay, that's easy to start out. Rox, come on, Rox, to get your full screen moment.
The baseball season has been postponed.
It's been delayed. It's not totally wiped out. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. But we'll give you a pass because this is your first day back. You're getting back into the flow of things.
So what's the difference between postponed and delayed?
Well, postponed. Well, I suppose postponed. Yeah, I guess. Wait.
We're playing games, technically.
Yeah, I owe her an apology. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, you poorly worded this question.
Yeah, that's true. So
Like
Tony,
there isn't much that's been canceled. A lot of it's been postponed.
all right. So what has been postponed?
The National Hockey League season.
That's good. All right,
Yep.
Rick.
The XFL, both fans admitted they were pissed.
All right, Brian.
Something for our Northeast Ohio people. All of the high school championships,
Yep.
wrestling, basketball, whatever, canceled.
Now, I'm not in Ohio, but schools are all canceled in Ohio, are they
3
not?
weeks.
For about 3 or 4 weeks, yes. They're all
Wow.
they're all learning at home, I guess.
Dumbest fucking thing they can do, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, parents are, they're raiding all the Walmart stores for toilet paper. They don't realize that with their kids being home for 3 or 4 weeks, they should be raiding the liquor stores just so they can face those kids.
I'll tell you something, Amsterdam. If she is, I don't know how in the hell she got in here. Damn, some people are just so finagling, you know? I don't know. I mean, let's take a look at this real quick. Would she be able to make it through a window? I don't know. What do you think? She came in through the bedroom window. Yeah. Oh, I see. Brian is
Holy
making friends
shit.
again. Brian's making friends again in the chat room.
Reaching out to our fans again, I see.
Yeah. I have to come up with something. Some NASCAR. Okay. Now we're going back around the chute again. Jake.
The
I didn't
Arnold,
even see that. What?
What?
the Arnold
Oh,
Classic in
he
Columbus.
must have blocked me, so I can't even see him now.
Oh wow. So I'm sorry, Jake. What did you say that was postponed?
The Arnold Classic.
Yeah, the Players Classic. That's right. That is correct. And now, guess who we're back to? The one who broke into my house.
Hey, at least it wasn't the gator that broke into your house.
Yeah.
You'd have no more chicken or steak in the refrigerator.
So we're still talking about stuff that was canceled or postponed.
Postponed, yeah.
Postponed.
Okay,
I'm out of time.
I'm bailing you out. Tony?
All spring NCAA sports, as well as the ending of many senior players' eligibility. That was the NCAA did come up with that and said they will grant them another year of eligibility if they'd like to.
Lacrosse is gone, and I know I want to slit my throat about that. Rick?
Well, Cleveland took a hit. They lost the MAC tournament, basketball tournament, and the first round of the NCAA tournament. So financially speaking, Cleveland took a big hit on that.
All right, Brian.
This is more of a question. Has any of the horse racing been canceled?
You know, that's interesting.
Good question. I haven't heard of
Haven't heard anything.
Flu. Yeah, equine flu. I don't know. That would be a good name for a horse. Another round equine flu.
Spelled FLEW.
How did we get to talking? Fill me in, Brian. Joe Lull's board op. You talking about Daryl Reuter? I don't know.
Oh no, that's
That's the Reverend Kowalski. Do you know that?
Who is?
Moo? Brian M. in the chat room.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You do realize Brian's last name is Hallman, not M.
Oh, damn it. You're right. I just had a senior moment.
I also don't
sorry.
have an orange dog head on my icon.
It's like the. It's like
I
that's
just
the
can't imagine
Dog
going
Pound
through-
logo.
I can't
Did you
imagine
just have a
going through-
stroke, Moo?
What?
I think Moo just had a stroke on the air.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it seriously, I can't imagine going through life as Joe Lull's board op. I would just. rather fucking die. No, Joe Lowell was the guy who joined me on the show many years ago, and he went off and did his own thing, but he got out of radio, and I don't even know what Joe's doing right now.
I don't even think he's on Twitter anymore.
No, I haven't seen or heard from him. Yeah, he got shit canned, for being drunk.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was too bad, and I felt badly because he had worked, quite a while to get to that point, and then they shit canned him, and he never went back into radio. And Vegas, that's interesting in and of itself. What is Las Vegas doing right now as far as quarantine measures? Do we know?
The city is, from what since I'm going there in 2 weeks, I've researched this. The casinos are just supposedly, the cocktail waitresses, they're flanked by like 2 workers with disinfectant and everything to wipe down machines and stuff like that. Other than that, it's business as usual. I know there's been some events have been cut down, like the nightly shows have been cut down because they used to do like 1 or 2 or 3 shows a day. They're cut down to 1, but other than that, Vegas is business as usual.
Hey, Tony, if you did go, I don't think you get any more group photos with the strippers.
Not so much.
You know what I was thinking? Vegas could do a really good thing, and because rather than paying acts that are not going to show up, they could get people like Wayne Newton, who's totally memory addled, and and they could make the financial argument that if they put Wayne Newton on stage, even though he didn't know where he was, that it would be cheaper for them and he'd be more expendable than, say, Celine Dion. Just a qualitative
What if they're digging holes in advance out in the desert?
Speaking of requiring an iron lung, it's Celine
Avoid the
Dion.
rush.
Yeah, it's
Speaking of postponement,
she only weighs 47 pounds.
On the bright side, good old Vince McMahon, business as usual, won't cancel a thing.
I mean,
Disneyland is canceled, but I don't know about Disney World. The Floridians would have to tell you that one.
No, there's nothing out of Orlando yet, but I saw that their one out in California was shut down, and
Speaking of postponement, Tom Hanks' sex life, I'm sure, is on delay.
Yeah,
that's all
no,
got to say about
he can
that.
do his wife. They're not going to give. They've already given it to one another. So what else?
Well said.
No crying,
I mean, it's everything here. I mean, I'm looking at what I could do, and it's funny going out places here. It's like going out to the pharmacy and picking up medication and all. I just picked up 90 days worth of shit and got the hell out of Dodge. I'm going in, and they do still have hand sanitizer, by the way, at the grocery stores here. So I just get a bunch of them, and I wipe everything down, and I get it in, and I do my grocery shopping. I get the hell out of there. But I'm driving by the mall, and there's nobody in the mall to speak of.
Mall of America was a fucking ghost town yesterday.
That's got to be, driving by and thinking to myself, the parents used to bring their kids there and all that. That's all gone away.
Disney World is also closing down for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, here you go, Rox. Here's your. I'm going to give you a moment, a solo moment. Mickey Mouse with coronavirus. Go.
I'm dying.
Thank you. It's I don't know.
It's a small world after all.
Help, Pluto, help!
Yeah, it's just and here you have to understand that people. I mean, the average age of people here is much higher than in other parts of the country, and these people are all convinced that they have it. I mean, I don't know if wherever you are watching the show or the panelists, if you're having the signs of panic, of abject panic, that we're seeing here in Florida, it's crazy. I mean,
Today I went. I had to go pay the Target bill. I'm walking in, coming out is some jackhole with an entire shopping cart filled with 24 rolls of toilet paper. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, by the way, Target and Walmart are limiting, and some of the other grocery stores locally are limiting people to 4 of those giant toilet paper things per visit.
you know, and
So they're
there's
just
some-
making the rounds.
They're
You know,
reselling them too. Like
Yeah,
they're online for like $150 for like 2.
this whole thing is crazy, and I'm seeing things that are. It's like, why would people be stocking up on toothpaste? I mean, I want to be minty fresh and nice before I die. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, there is no logic to this. But you can go up and down the shelves, and God only knows at a Walgreens or a CVS, it is, you know. My favorite, though, was Publix. And, you know, Amsterdam would know. Publix is a big grocery chain here in Florida.
Yep.
And, I mean, they're big. They ran a buy one, get one on all sanitizing products. And I said, you know, this is worse than the price gouging, because the price gougers at least have the product. It's like, you know, you go in and go, oh, they're all gone already. I'm sorry. It's like Black Friday, you know, at Christmas time. I'm sorry, you know, that $199 television set just went out the door, and you stood out the door all night for fucking nothing. I mean, you buy one, get one. You know, that's what they could do with my ball sack. You know, so buy one, get one. It's and somebody was putting up a picture of Costco and of all the empty shelves in Kentucky at a Costco, and I didn't even know they used toilet paper in Kentucky.
Usually it's not until Halloween, and they find trees. You realize all these people are going to have all this toilet paper left over when this is done. You know, it's going to be hell come Halloween in some of those neighborhoods.
Can you imagine TPing a house right now? Jesus,
Look,
you'd get fucking shot.
Ron, I've heard the same thing. Ramen noodles. Why would the people select the least nutritional thing? America. These people are fucking stupid. I mean, I'm going to hoard a bunch of stuff that has no nutritional value, and I'll starve to death while I'm eating it.
Yeah, but at least they'll know all the names of the Charmin bears.
Hey, but by God, they only spent 37 cents on that pack of ramen noodles.
Look at what I saved.
Yeah, and ramen noodles will keep for almost as long as, I don't know, the cockroaches.
Well, believe me, if this thing doesn't go away, and, you know, the younger people will survive it. I mean, what they're saying here in Florida that is the thing to be worried about is whether we'll be reinfected with it in the fall, because things spread in colder, you know, weather. Not that we get real cold, but the humidity drops considerably, and when that happens, things become more easily caught. And there's a belief among some people that this may end up kind of looking like it goes away and then come back with a resurgence, and that would be a frightening thing as well.
Well, I think it was the South Koreans or the Japanese. One of them was talking about their officials were talking about the reinfection rate being higher than the standard flu. So.
Yeah. Well, and Serena Williams has announced that she is going to spend 6 weeks in isolation, not because she has the virus, but she says that she's going to spend 6 weeks in solitude with a hoarded stash of Twinkies, which I thought was not a bad idea. I shouldn't make fun of. No. She said she's going to be with her 2-year-old daughter and her husband, and that she doesn't want to be out in public. And I think that is basically what I'm doing. I love being able to do the show this way because it's like this is the way I've always done it, and it's a great way to. And I think audiences might actually eventually start going up a little bit, even though this is a horrible time of the year, because now there's no fucking sports. I told you nothing was happening, but now nothing.
It's not happening.
Yeah, nothing's happening. That's the.
Now the husbands are going to have to sit in their houses and talk to their wives.
I know. That's, and then there's, sound bites. We can live with sound bites. Turn on our television. There's nothing to fear. I don't know what the deformity is there.
Maybe he has wings he just hasn't used yet.
I don't know, but every time I see him, I mean, they're up to his
Can
fucking.
you get scoliosis and spasms or what?
But I mean, it's like, if one more person says osteoporosis, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm taking over for David Byrne and Talking Heads.
He's from Vermont. Let's make him go skiing downhill. Get Bernie out of the race once and for
Or
all.
suck some syrup out of a tree. I don't know.
There are people who are under the impression that because I'm a moderate Democrat that I support Bernie Sanders. Well, I don't support Bernie Sanders, and I'm really not real fond of Joe Biden either, to be very honest with you. I really think Katie Porter is my write-in vote of the day, because I can satisfy, by voting for a woman who actually did something as opposed to Elizabeth Warren, and somebody who actually did it for other people rather than for themselves. So I thought that was really good. So I guess it's 7 o'clock, and I don't have much else to say, but I wanted to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the panel. We're going to be back again Monday. I am not going to take any time off over this because this is my stand. There's a big world out there. We don't have to talk about sports. We can talk about all kinds of things like presidential candidates' deformities. Shut the fuck up!
And
All
dolls.
sports are canceled. Dana White's still going on with the UFC.
Yeah, I saw that.
So is Bellator tonight. Yeah.
But they postponed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. So
Did they really?
I think so, yeah.
All those people are so fucking old now,
Hey, the clock is ticking. What the hell?
It's like you were wondering what was going to kill Keith Richards. There you go. The indestructible man.
Saw a bright light. I thought we were on.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning into this edition of Moohead Radio. Back again on Monday as we begin another week in the not-so-wonderful world of sports. Stay healthy wherever you are. Stay inside unless you absolutely have to go out there. Don't go to large gatherings. Don't take unnecessary chances. Take care of yourself. This is no laughing matter. This virus is not something that you want to take lightly. Thanks for tuning in, and until Monday, hasta la vista, Pastor Heads. Good night.
Moo.